This is Anand here. Thank you for speaking with us. My first question to you, and what's your current assessment of the security situation in Jammu and Kashmir, sir?
At the outset, my tributes to the martyrs and the brave officers and soldiers of the valiant Indian Army. Every single policeman and policewoman of Jammu and Kashmir Police grieves, and they are determined that shoulder to shoulder they would fight and avenge and make the enemy and the perpetrators pay a very heavy price. Coming to the assessment part of it, the adversary is taking advantage of a distinct advantage which he has in terms of topography. As I have been saying elsewhere, numbers are limited. The groups of four, in sizes of four, in 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 groups, which they have managed to infiltrate and seeing the gaps. But we continue to have the upper hand. This loss is certainly regrettable and it's unfortunate. But having said this, the shelf life of the terrorists in Jammu province is very limited. See, what happens is that the Jammu province in terms of area is almost 2.5 times than Kashmir. And it doesn't have a flat land. The entire district of Doda, Kishtwar, Ramban, and vast stretches of Udhampur, Rajouri, Puj, they are absolutely hilly and mountainous. Very, very, not mountainous in the ordinary sense of the term, but the Himalayan, great Western Himalayan mountain sub-ranges are there. Now, what happens is for 3 to 4 months, usually the upper reaches, which are otherwise snow-clad, opens up vast stretches of forest and broken land, opens up, and villagers from distant parts, they migrate to these places and stay there in very temporary hotbeds. It is this place where they are hiding, these forests, and they manage to get their food at gunpoint and then go back to the mountains. So they know that this is a small stretch of about 3 to 4 months. So they have been inducted in a special operation kind of a thing by the adversary, in which it's like operating beyond the enemy line. So 25, 30 odd chaps, heavily armed, and I can tell you that the information flow is also very good. There is absolutely no support base in the nature of a separatist movement in Jammu. So therefore, that actually is our strength. That continues to be in our favor. As I talk to you, if you go to any village in Doda or in Kishtwar, Ramban or Udhampur, you would find that the villagers, starting across religion, they would command. They have been extending support. They are praying for, they are pleading for more village defense groups to arm themselves and fight along with us. So therefore, to have a kind of a feeling that as if we are not in control is actually not true. So therefore, that actually is the overall background in which we are operating, and some of the details obviously cannot be discussed as to how we plan to take on the terrorists and deny them the advantages which nature and topography is giving them.
My question to you was, sir, that we've lost about 9 brave hearts in the last 2-3 weeks. We've got 48 soldiers in the last, across the forces, 48 brave hearts in 32 months. Some things happening which should not happen. Have you been able to identify why? How are they able to get behind enemy lines?
Well, as I said, that the Jammu region has a very different kind of a terrain and topography, and by using certain select, old narcotics smugglers and certain limited OGW structures, they have managed to breach our infiltration, anti-infiltration, or the border and the LOC, but they're very limited in number, as I have been saying. But yes, the losses they have been able to cause is essentially because of the terrain. Now, the information gap between the information and the action is something which we are working, and we're working very fast, and we are devising the mechanisms whereby the information flow from the common villages is converted into action. Now, these are certain operational details. You see, in between 1995 to 2006, almost for 10 and 11 years, this kind of terrorism was propped up by the adversary, the Pakistani.